Yo, Cleo, listen to me real good. I want you to bear with me today, because this might get out of hand a little bit. And I'm going to tell you why it might get out of hand a little bit is because there's certain things I don't play and certain things I'll never respect when it comes to a man. I just saw some on AM Carroll post a little while ago where they're pretending that Ma was begging for this snow bunny, and Ivan still got the snow bunny to the house. I want to say this to you, Cleo, and I want you to hear me real good, and I want the world to hear this. If this stuff is staged, and y'all trying to play games and another scam to manipulate the audience, if you want to go that low down and dirty to fake to the audience to get views, I got a secret to tell you, brother. The views ain't gonna work anyway. Because let me tell you a secret you don't know. Google control everything. I don't care how much attention you try to bring, you can't control it. YouTube control it. So you could try to make yourself look like a story of I hate to say it, of an African-American taking advantage of a Caucasian, but making yourself look terrible as another African-American man that can't hold off when it comes to a Caucasian woman to try to throw the audience off the smoke screen. I hope you ain't did that, Marwa. All y'all in that same circle, y'all ought to be ashamed of yourself. How y'all going to sit there and plot on a story like that? Well, what is y'all whole? It don't look right now. I'm going to be real. The only reason why I was convinced it could have been real, because ain't no way in a million years that a man would want somebody to put their name out there like that as being a dirty dog, a person who claimed to have so much in life, got so much money, you know what I'm saying, got so much fame, but begging a 18-year-old girl, begging, I'm talking about literally begging, pleading, please give me some. Please give me some. Boy, listen, ain't no way that a man like that would disgrace himself on this internet like this. But let me tell you something. If you willing to disgrace yourself like that on the internet, bro, you ought to be ashamed of yourself. Because the text message that AM Quarrel got do not look right. It looked like it was all staged. That's the only thing I'm going to tell you. No way in a million years. Y'all going to play games and disgrace all your names for some mess like that. Ivan, you ought to be ashamed of yourself for that message going back and forth like that. Don't disgrace yourself for views. And that's the bottom line. I'd rather you call me a scammer than look like a predator.
Shit, bro.
Huh? Cleo, come on now. I got to keep it real raw and uncut on this one right here, because that text message don't look too right.
Yo,
so, Cleo, listen to me real good.
Yeah. Like,
and what's the other guy behind him? Is Ivan Marvin. What's the other one name? The one who talked fool up. Yeah, what's up, my friend? You know what time it is. What his name is? What that clown name is?
The ironic thing, we spoke about this a minute ago. I know.
No. What that clown name is? I want to address him right quick. I can't even remember his name now. What his name is? Not Ivan, not Marwa. The other one in the circle with him. Huh?
It's funny enough, you know, the whole thing. Which guy?
The one who is behind. The one who is behind Marwa and Ivan. What's the other guy name? The third one.
Sultan
the clown. Sultan, let me tell you something, bro. Y'all can sit there and play all them games y'all want. But let me tell you something, bro. Y'all ought to be ashamed if y'all going to plot and do a scene with a young gal like that, bro. I'm going to tell you, you don't play with stuff like that, bro. I'm going to tell you right now, that's terrible. Because if y'all going to play with a young gal like that, y'all ought to be ashamed of yourself, bro. Y'all don't play with no gal like that and put that all over the internet like that. And listen, I'm going to tell you something. African Dominican, I got number respect for you. But I want you to clear your name right now. Because somebody said it's funny how the African Dominican, after being with Marwa with him, now the African Dominican reporting the story. Huh? African Dominican, I call on you right now to clear your name. What's really good? Cleo, talk to me.
Yo, You know, fun enough, we saw this happening. You know, we saw this happening. If we, you know, you can watch, you know, the previous video that we're done on King the Traveler. We already said this like a minute ago. I think 2 videos or 3 videos we have spoken that people can use 2 phones, right? I think just the video before the last video, I said you can use 2 phones. I said so. You can use 2 phones. You know, you can put a picture of Amara, you can put a picture of Ivan. You can send a text to each other. I can do that now. I can demonstrate, you know. So this is a very simple. It can be done. And I spoke about we live in a data world, and people are waking up to this technology that they can slander anybody. They can slander anybody anytime. I say to you that everything can be staged. From the text, you can create anything actually. You can crop, you can do Photoshop, you can so many applications. You can make yourself feel like you are at the scene, you know, where the event, where the incident was happening, but you were not even there, you know. So anything right now is not to be trusted. Right now, I don't think the whole thing from Sultan that you have spoken about, this guy, you asked me his name, you know, the text, he did the same thing. He showed the text. He showed it the conversation. He showed it in everything, and everybody believed everything. I can get a sound. I can make you talk. I can use your voice, and I can make you like betray you to the world that basically you are trying to rape a girl, and I can use your voice. Actually, you can
so let me ask you a serious question, Cleo. Correct me if I'm wrong. Do you feel Marwa is a part of this whole thing with Sultan and Ivan? Because the thing is, the reason why I felt the situation had to been real, because I don't think that Marwa would disgrace his name in public like that as being, because you know how people going to look at the man. They're going to be like, man, the guy was 16 years old and he started hollering at him, showing text when he was begging the girl back and forth. I just thought, that's
King,
why I thought it. Huh?
King is a rich guy. He's a rich guy, right? Rich people can hire hitmen. Okay, rich men, the politicians in every country, they hire IT specialist guys to steal elections. So what, you know, many wealthy, you know, the global financial scammers, they use all kind of tactics. People back in the days, they would do fake signature to get money on the check, to go in the check at the bank. And people getting robbed, like King the Traveler signed this check, and you know, to you know, to get money, and the guy would receive millions and millions. So what makes you think that if people used to fake a signature of somebody to get a check paid, why do you think that these days is bloody easy? Bloody easy. Do you know? And I see the way the Chinese kids that actually they're fighting America in the game. You know, they're fighting, they're taking over America, they're colonizing America in every game here in China. So it's I'm telling you, it's in
Why
the
you
class.
saying that, man, Cleo? Listen, somebody came and Kurt Mitch just said, King and Cleo. I told you guys I don't trust Ivan. I knew that the interview was fake. We know real from unreal. Most things the girl was saying about Marwa the scammer was saying by what Ivan instinct that the girl that the girl to say. Well, I'm gonna tell you something, Cleo. I want you to break this down, but let me tell you something. African Dominican, you got to clear your name on this right here. Because African Dominican, I'm gonna tell you something in the water ain't clean. Because Cleo, was African Dominican with them before?
Yeah, she said so in the interview, like, you know, they made whatever, somewhere there, whatever. I think it, you know, she was there. She said it in the video.
Listen, African Dominican, I need to get a call from you. I need to have a serious call from you ASAP. Yeah. Make sure message me on my thing, and me going to have a talk. We're going to have to clear. We're going to confront African Dominican. We're going to get her on the line.
You know what you have seen in other reactors, everything that's there, it's not the first time. That the media used to do that in the past. CNN used to pretend that they, you know, Afghanistan, they're there, whatever, while they're in the studio. Though they report a story that they are at where the war is taking place, when they were using a green screen. And people used to believe like, oh guys, I'm here. As you can see, Mayday, Mayday. People shooting 400 people have just died. It was a part of the propaganda to make sure that if the other country that was fighting was killing more people than Americans were killing, people in their own in these people's country. It happened. The media, CNN does that, BBC does that, because these companies are owned by conglomerates. That's what happens. What's happening in Russia right now? In Ukraine. Every mainstream media is just, they've been saying from the beginning of the war. Right now, the war is still on, and they've been talking about it. And CNN says like, Putin won't make it. That's what they said from the first day.
Hold up. I hear what you're saying. Let me stop you for a minute. Kurt Mitch, back at it again. Kurt Mitch said, Ivan, stop hide behind the soft talking voice. You just like Marla, bro. I've been doing the same thing. Now watch this. An Afro-Dominican lady was only asking what she were also instructed for her to say. There were many more questions that she should have asked the girl. Listen to me real good. Afro-Dominican, I'm calling on you because you don't play when it comes to the reactors. Message me as soon as possible. Me and Cleo must talk to you ASAP. Because when it comes to us, we don't play no games over here. We want to make sure everything legitimate. Cleo, what you got to say to Afro-Dominican?
I mentioned those things, when you guys were saying like, oh, but it's the truth, it's the truth, because there was what, man, you can recreate a voice. Don't you know the actors who can act like, Donald Trump, speaking like Donald Trump, they can create, there's a software where you can speak, you can make it, it's there online. You want to sound like, Obama, you want to sound like what? You just put your voice there and it'll come out as what? As Donald Trump. Or it'll come out like a Joe Biden. It'll come out. And that's when people used to die back in the days when Bill Clinton was in trouble. Because there was a voice, there was a what, everything was recorded. Because people can do that, man. People can manipulate. Why should you believe everything, man? You're a human being with the highest intellect in the world. So the whole thing, Ayamara is pretending that he has changed. All of a sudden, like you said, earlier, that the soft voice now is talking about family, is living with the family, is walking, is alone. Look at the title, man. You read it between the lines. And as you can see, that
listen, Cleo, listen. You already know how I feel about the whole thing. You know I feel the family is the most mind manipulating people I ever met in my life. But
that's why you're right. You're right, because that's why they've been attacking the reactors. Ivan, that you guys are protecting.
Keep talking, Cleo. Keep talking. I gotta handle some business. Just keep on talking.
Cool. Ivan never addressed any reactor, since people have been reacting. Ayamara has not responded to reactors. If this is the truth, they would have picked up a few reactors and say, guys, I want to address this. It can be sort of like a press conference. You address, this is what happens in every country. If you want to clear your name, it's very simple. All right, cool. So this is what happens. Why Ayamara never cleared his name? Why he never called for YouTube conference? He picked up only, struggling YouTubers, with a few subscribers, vulnerable YouTubers, to come and have a conversation, and only to motivate them, but not to address the issues. And almost like he did not invite YouTubers that were too critical. Why, when he was in America, why didn't he say like, okay, guys, all reactors that are in America, or those ones that are, comes from other countries, but you are in America right now, I want to call for the press conference for only YouTubers and reactors. It's very simple. Ivan could have done the same thing if he claims to be innocent, as people wish to. These are two people from Africa. They are here to cause all these sin that is happening, and none of them has come out to address their reactors, except the Sultan, who just played other people's videos, other reactors videos, and then make it as his own. And you don't do that. So what I'm trying to say here, what I'm trying to say here is that um, this is beyond what it meets the eye. So I mean, we not like, I'm not here to say like I'm attacking another black man or another African man. Is our brothers is trying to build, but as the life goes on, as the content creator, you know, you should be able to address the issues, and that's what happens in politics. That's what happens in business, and this YouTube, it's a business, man. It's a business as usual. So what you need to do, you need to make sure that you address the issues. How do you do that? You call people that are critique to you, Ivan. You call people that are critique to you, Ayamara. You call people that are critique to you, David Jr. You call people that are critique to you to connect. You don't block them. You don't do that. That's not a PR. They, the mistakes that people do, especially when it comes to PR, is to run away, is to hide, is to try to block people because people are curious. Their reactors are curious. It's not because they're telling they are trying to say, okay, this is the truth. They're not saying this is the truth. And when they're asking why this thing turns this way, they want to know. Just like a kid will ask, Dad, Ma'am, how come this wheel is spinning in this direction? Why when I touch fire, I get burned? Why, ma'am, people hate you? Why our neighbors hate us? Why are we so poor and our neighbors are rich? It's a curiosity. And you as a parent, you address these issues that your children might be experiencing at that point. But what happened here? Everybody else just called, some weaklings and say, okay, cool. You guys, we're gonna talk. I'm gonna motivate you, and so that people can run the story of motivating. I mean, is that how things works? Ivan, you were there. You could have advised Ayamaro that I think, what is it to address here? Okay, what was the point of calling the meetup? I thought the meetup was about, I want to address you guys the issues. It's not that I stole the money. I got evidence. I mean, if you could have, these days we've got a screen, we got a board, that you can use, assistive, device that you can use. You can actually display all the slips, everything of the goal funding. You're going to display all the money on the screen so that those people that of the meetup, the YouTubers for other meetup, they can take the evidence from there that, okay, the money from GoFunding, we received this much and we took this money, we used it here. The money that was donated for the Afro Indians to come to Kenya, and this is how much we received, and the money went here. And I want to address another issue of gem African tours. I need to address this issue. My sister received this much, and there was a reason why she received this much, and this is where the money of gem tours went to. Oh, this is what happened. Let me address Michael Ponti. And this is what happened with the Michael Ponti. I didn't give him money because of this. You put that on the screen like a presentation. Because if you're a YouTuber, you're a presenter. You're like a presenter for your own channel. You could have done that with the manner of the King, the Traveler. Then you could have portrayed all the pictures of the women that people claimed that you kissed them and they were underage, and that you made love to them. They were underage. You traveled to all these countries to portray these countries that you can find women and sell women. Is almost like you were human trafficking, because you'd ask, oh guys, if you want this girl, like, just this is her Instagram. So it's almost like you are marketing the business plan, you're marketing the IP, everybody's IG. And I don't know whether you get money from marketing the IG and appearing with these people that actually, I don't know how it happens, but that's what happens. You all say, oh, this is how our IG and stuff like that. What is the whole point here of going traveling to every country and selling women on the IG? You know, do you get paid? Do you get paid for this? And these are the things that we want to know. Why? If you go to Europe, any European countries, you get women, you market. I think you can do that. I mean, in Africa. I mean, that's where you could be marketing your continent, marketing your country. So nobody hates you. You're doing what you're doing. You're a public figure for starters. And if you're a public figure, it means that you are answerable to all the questions. So I want to address this to your sympathizers, that if the if any sympathizer wants to know, is that what is sympathizer needs to know is that if you do something, and as a public figure, even right now you're trying to lay low, you're trying to live with the family, because any association with the family, family symbolizes stability. And you have done it well. I mean, you went to live with that family in the name of, I was chased away, I was kicked out of Ivan's crib. So I want to say this to everybody else. Ayamara is doing his own thing, but nobody is gonna stop, because everywhere where you go, if your country is a corrupt government, it has a corrupt government, there will be watchdogs. If you hang around with the young women and you're older than them, people will document it. It's the same thing with Dante. If Aaron Dante is the same age as David Jr.'s father, people still ask you questions because you're trying to stay relevant. Aaron Dante, you're trying to stay relevant, but you gotta understand, the old age home is calling you. So you cannot do things that people of your age are not doing. So I just want to say this, once for all. Ayamara, you can change your voice. You can try to be smart about it and not film women. You can try to address, the critique in your video randomly by saying, "Oh no, I don't want to take, pictures with the pregnant woman at her baby shower because I'm afraid people might take it wrong. It might route people wrongly." So you think it's gonna route people if you're doing something people may not ask? I mean, people have ears and eyes, and people can see. If you're a public figure, everybody is gonna talk about you. So another thing is that, look, for example, if you smell, you expect people to keep quiet? People gonna say, "Yeah, bro, you smell, bro." It's just the way it's the way people say it, and that's what matters. If you're smelling, maybe somebody will just buy you deodorant to say, bro, use this deodorant. You can just figure it out why this person buys me a perfume. So you gotta understand, Ayamara, that if you smell as a public figure, even if you're not a public figure, people gonna talk about you. They're gonna talk about you, bro. Because women, like I think King the Traveler says something, but women needs a man who smells good. Women like a man who smells good. And that's how things works. Because sex, touching, romancing, it's all about the happiness. It's all about happiness. It's all about joy. It's all about orgasm. It's all about climax. So nobody's gonna condone Ayamara for going out and selling women across this social media. No country is gonna condone this. Okay, imagine. Okay, let's put this into an example. Let's say a Western man comes to Africa and travels in every country in Africa or Caribbean countries and starts selling women, what would you guys say? All you guys IMRA sympathizers, if you see a man coming, a Western man, or a white man comes to Africa and it's, start selling women, by telling men that if you want to hook up with this lady, just get, this is her link. I'll put her link at the bottom here. Just check our link in IG if you want to get in touch with this lady. Imagine if a white man was doing this. I'm telling you, it would portray a different picture. But now that it's done by our own brothers and we're calling him to order, we are wrong. And I am wrong to say so. I am wrong basically to say that Ivan, whatever he did, he knew it from the beginning because he knows, he watches everything that reactors are talking about on the social media every day. So for 365 days, you've been watching this man. Close to 600, close to 365 days. 365 days, you've been watching this man, your own friend that you once hosted last year. You've been watching reactors. You said it that actually, you guys, you do watch reactors. And reactors have been talking about this man. You said it. There's evidence. You said you knew that reactors, because you're watching, you and IMR have been watching reactors talking about IMR's scandals. So why did you still host that person, knowing that his behavior is questionable? And the women that he hangs around with, women that he kisses, women that he goes to bed with, that is questionable. You still hosted him. So you, as a military man, you know the laws, the policies of your country. You should have known it better. So I don't condone you. I don't sympathize with you, Ivan. I don't sympathize with you, Ayamara. I've never done that. I've done okay a couple of times when I got to know you, whatever. I sympathize when people were attacking you in India, and many Indians that were telling you that a black person, people were being racist against you in India. And I wrote a text there. I said, you know what, you can't do this. You guys are being racist because they attacked you. They said there's no Indian or Pakistan or Asian that can go out with a person like you. And people don't date outside India. They don't date outside their culture because it's their culture, which you didn't respect. And you expect people to respect your culture. You didn't respect the culture of Indian people. You slandered them instead. And they said so. Indians don't get married to Africans. That's what they said. You put us in trouble. You put the whole continent of Africa. You put the whole Caribbean countries. You put all the black people in Cuba, in Brazil, in Colombia, in even the black people in Indonesia, in all these countries. You put them under the spotlight that we are barbaric. We just want to sleep and rape. All we think about is sex. We don't think about developing our country. We don't think about investing in our countries. And you, Ivan, you're a part of that. You're not a saint. I mean, come on, man. Why do, this thing I hate to be talking about things like this. If it didn't involve another person, I am going to talk about it. Ivan, I am around what they did. Because the Ivan is even in an authority, he knows that this is bad. And you, Ayamara, you are old enough to know that we black people are under spotlight. So you, Ivan, you can do something even in America where black people are being shot at by police, by Spanish police who are called whites, who are whitened, made to be white. They're shot by Italian police because these people are regarded because they're light complexion, they're called white, and they shoot down black people. And now we just say, oh, the white people are bad. And those police, they just look like they're light complexion, and they shoot these people. How many black people have died in America? And those are the things that you should be addressing if you really want to change the world. People are dying in your country. Black people are dying in your country. Why is it so easy to protect another person somewhere else? And basically, If that is the case, if let's say this is the truth, right? Let's say this is the truth. Everything's the truth, okay? What anybody can do is to make sure you take that person to a therapist. You take IMR to a therapist, you take IMR to church, you speak to him that, brother, you're gonna go to church with me. I'm gonna invite a therapist to come and speak to you, to talk to you about this. You could have done that, man. That's what you need to do. When IMR arrived, you could have called him. You had a sultan, and two of you could have sat this man down and to say, reactors, this is what I'm talking about. Maybe this is not true. This is not the truth, but we just trying to call you to order, and we are doing these things off camera. Why did you have to go in public and only speak to IMR in public and show him? And then after that, you guys are going to reunite and making us as the idiots here because we talked about you guys here, and we just don't know the truth because none of you had a press conference. Yeah, put a press conference out there. Don't have a sympathizers who attack reactors. So even what AM Carroll has done, or another person has done as a joke. So you mean to tell me that AM Carroll does not even have this, does not even have the guts? Okay, obviously maybe she didn't say this is fake. If it's fake, fine. If that text is fake, then maybe she didn't say, okay, guys, this is not real. This is not real, and things like that. But people have done it. Other people have done it. Media has done this in the past. You see, the cause of all this is because of IMR. The cause of all this is because of Ivan. You caused these things to happen. And you're keeping your mouth shut. You're addressing these issues without you guys addressing it like in person. This is what you need to do. You need to address these issues yourselves.
Cleo, you still talking knowledge or what?
I'm just saying, these people they should have called the press conference. Okay? They should have called it the press conference. Instead, they picked up, the undersubscribed YouTubers, and just to motivate them. This is how you start YouTube. This is how you start YouTube. This is what you do on YouTube. Man, you had a case to answer. Two of you guys had a case to answer. Ivan, you had a case to answer. Mara, you had a case to answer. You should have called it reactors and address the issue as a press conference for reactors and tell them the truth. You could have displayed with your PowerPoint, and you would have put the money out.
So Cleo, so you think they was doing that to get a reaction from us? That's oh my God. They were trying to fool the reactors, or what they been trying to do. That's crazy.
Yes. They're trying to shut you guys up. What? They call the undersubscribed YouTubers, and just to motivate them, but not addressing it. You call the press conference. That's what you do, to address what the reactors are talking about and tell everybody that's not the truth.
Well, Cleo, they're putting more fuel on the fire. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm calling up the Dominican African right now, because
how can I be right?
Because we got the African Dominican on the team. We want to make sure everything legit. Because man, let me tell you something. You don't put that kind of fuel on the fire. You know what I mean? You think you're winning by doing that? You're not winning. You're embarrassing. That's embarrassing.
It's a shame. You said so. It's a shame, bro. It's a shame.
It's a shame. Y'all making Marwa, man, come on. Marwa, come on, man. Let me tell you something. If you plot this thing here, what are you expecting to gain out of this, bro? Do you know how that is making your image look? Do you? Oh, my God. Let me ask you a question, audience. I don't know what country y'all from. Hold on. No, flag on the plate.
Come again?
Flag on the plate. I ain't got my judge uniform on. You make me feel like the judge right now. And let me ask you a question. Audience, I don't know what country y'all from, but what are the laws in your country when it comes to these type of situations? You know what I mean? Like, do y'all have a very strict law about, you know what I'm saying? Like, even, okay, let's not talk about law. Let's just say, so in America, they call a man thirsty. Thirsty is the big word thrown around. That is for a man that's begging and thirsty for a woman. And honestly, a lot of American men ain't really thirsty. What Marwa did is thirsty, begging, pleading. Like, she can't be that serious. It's more fish in the sea. You know, and I'm just saying, so I want the audience to tell me what they feel on this, man. This is crazy right here.
It's getting crazy, bro, because everybody, you know, the funny thing, let me tell you the difference between Ayamara and Ivan.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? The difference is that Ayamara is doing it in front of the camera. Ivan does not do it behind the camera.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the thing, you know, the person that is most favored is Ivan, who probably has done it hundreds of times, you know, has done it several times behind the camera. You never, I mean, that's what, let me tell you something. What Ayamara is doing, it's displaying, is what is happening there with the politicians. You know, when they leave to their country and go to the electorate, go observe elections or go to the conference, you know, they have escorts. That's what Ayamara is doing. Ayamara shows you guys how life is for people who are hiding the truth.
So guess what? The gal might not even be from Poland. That all could be a lie. Poland.
The English.
Flag on the plate. Flag on the plate.
English.
Flag on the plate. Africa Dominican. Show me the $1,000 receipt. Tell the Poland woman, show me the receipt that it really was $1,000 plane. Show me the plane tickets.
Plane ticket, yeah, exactly.
Show me all that. Because right now, I feel y'all lying to playing a bunch of games. Show me all.
And the timeline, the phone number.
Show me the timeline. Show me the phone number. Show me everything.
Exactly. So that's why I'm saying that you know, Ayamara won't even stop, bro. It's just basically right now he will never stop because it gives him you know, subscribers, it gives him views. But now look, man, it's a shame to realize that this thing it's gonna keep mixing up like this. You know, it's gonna keep mixing up like this. I told you, if this is the truth, why can't Ivan call for the conference? For the reactors, not under subscribers, under subscribed, you know, YouTubers. And some of them are not even YouTubers, actually. They're just the people who watch Ayamara and just go like, oh, I can also be like Ayamara, you know? And they just go, they don't care how much, you know, the reactors, how much job reactors are doing. And they go there even to shame. Even they say like a meetup is not just for YouTubers. They said even those ones without YouTube, they'll start their channels. Ayamara will start channels for them. So the difference between Ayamara and Ivan is that Ivan, there's no man who doesn't have skeletons in the closet, man.
No, I'm not saying no skeleton, but you know what, man? This just go to show you. And I'm gonna say this clear, and I'm gonna end this right here. You know what this go to show you? Marvel might not be as rich as they claiming he rich, because if a man want to get views and try to get subscribers for being known as a beggar, begging to a woman like that, he must be broke. Because that's what you call desperation to get views.
Do you know why he says? Do you know why Ivan and Ayamara says that Ayamara is rich, or Ayamara himself says he's rich? Because he does not want you guys to attack him. That he can go to the lawyer, can afford the best lawyer. This is what people lie about. That don't screw up with me. Don't screw up with me. I got money. I can hire hitmen. I can hire people. I can use people to actually to unsubscribe, you know, from your channel. I can do anything. I got money. So to them, they use this idea that money, people get scared of you, because in African countries, Caribbean countries, all these countries, if you got money, bro, you can do anything. The political parties does these things also. They kill opponents, you know. The business people, they kill other business. They kill the business and they kill the owner. When the owner dies, the business dies, and this guy dominates there. They go all out. The survival of the long-time business. It's always about kill your opponent. Don't discourage him. Just kill him. Get rid of him. You know. So money makes money. That's what they say. Money makes money. And it's all about other people's money. It's not like it's his own money. It's other people's money. OPM. Other people's money. What is Dante saying? Dante says, I'm a rich, I'm a billionaire, but you're still like looking for funds, you know?
You rich, you're rich, but you're a billionaire. Why are you trying to push this business DPX scams?
You know, so
I listen, if you rich and a billionaire, listen, I never claim to be rich nor a billionaire. But you will never see me on here trying to get money from people, never trying to promote business. I just do what I do. But so my thing is, if these people really rich like they say they are, why they got to keep begging? Rich people don't beg, you know, Cleo. When you ever have a rich person beg?
They donate their money. That's what it means. They donate their money. So if you say to me that Dante is rich, IMR is rich, but why can't he help his family? Why can't he build the house for his grandpa? Why didn't he do that? Why didn't he help Uncle Mo to build the whole house? But instead, he raised the money only for Annie's house. But he's the uncle this side, didn't he? His grandpa this side. What does that tell you? Am I dumb enough not to know that you guys are saying I'm attacking Ivan? Don't you have eyes and ears, man? You know, you gotta smell before anybody can smell. You gotta hear before anybody can hear. You gotta touch before anybody can touch. That's my senses. That's what my senses tells me. I said these things that you guys are watching right now. I said it in 2 videos, 1 videos. I said it already. That people can do that. You can use 2 phones. You can do this thing. I said it, man. You can rewatch the videos. Everything that's happening right now, we said it even before this psychopath.
Yeah. All right, Cleo, listen. I remember I said it. You're absolutely right. I said it. But for you know, like I said, you know, I just didn't know people is willing to embarrass themselves like that on camera. You know what I mean? For views and likes. You know, no, I can't have my image tarnished for views and likes. But hey,
the thing is, why? You know, the thing is, I think the subscribers, you know, and the people that are commenting are right. You know, they are right to say, no, I swear before God, they're right to say why we keep talking about IMR. They are absolutely correct. Why can't we create our own content? And I spoke about this in many videos, like before even the comments came. I've been saying, guys, let's create our own content because the whole
we create our own content right now, Cleo. Forget
exactly.
What
that's what we've been doing. That's what we've been doing.
Forget that. You know what I mean? Our content is called the people lying, they mind manipulation, they playing people. That's our content. And all eyes is on them right now. No other way around about it. That's just it. They're lying, they manipulate, and they're scammers. And we're going to call them out. And they scam so much that all eyes are them, and we ain't going to take our eyes off them until the scamming stop. That's the bottom line. Listen, Cleo, I'm going to catch you in the next show.
Cool, man. Peace. I gotta sleep, man. I gotta sleep.
It's the King of Trouble talk show with real experience, with real culture, and people across the world. Let's travel.
Welcome to Africa, man. You know what I'm saying? Over here in the village with the kids. You know how we do it, man. Africa, you know, so this the real deal. Welcome to Africa. You know what I'm saying? Just doing a little tour with the King of Travel, man. We just making it do what it do. You know what I mean? That's word. Going to the cathedral. What's good, man? It's your boy King of Travel, man. Just right now in the secret cathedral, you know what I'm saying? Checking out the area, man. And I tell you the truth, man, it's a beautiful cathedral, man. You know what I'm saying? Everybody worship our higher power different, man. It's a beautiful place. It's a welcome off the beaten path. You feel me? But yeah, they just speaking about, you know what I'm saying, the church and the cathedral. You know what I'm saying, the secret cathedral. So definitely, man, you know, this is just another part of traveling. You know what I mean? It's doing more stuff in the city and seeking more places to go, man. Welcome off the beaten path, man. What a beautiful day. And let's travel, man, with the king of travel.
Yeah, man, so we ride this train on out here.
Yeah, man, so we just now touched down outside in the train, man. That's a good train ride, too. Definitely, man. That's why, man, I'm gonna definitely put that on my bucket list. That's for sure. Definitely, definitely.
Midas, the worldwide traveler, also known as the king of travel. His life is like a movie. They think they got you figured out, but they really don't. Remember, don't just talk about it, be about it. Remember, don't talk about it, just be about it. Think bigger than your city. Let's travel. Let's travel. Thanks for watching Mr. Midas, the worldwide traveler, aka the king of travel. But hey, stay tuned. The best is yet to come. To be continued.